motivation, you know.
Top 5 radio record 3 weeks in a row.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a trap. He said I must come support. Now I'm speaking. Sure. I'm not sure with regards to the direction of the conversation, but I did manage to catch it at the end. And yeah, I mean, independent is the way to go. That's where I'm gonna speak now. My situation was pretty tricky. I was at an independent label. Afrotainment then bought me out of that, brought me into their independent label as an artist. You know, I paid an undisclosed amount of money to that label because of the potential he saw. The first thing I did was return every last cent, because I did not want to, again, with these, you learn from these major labels if you take the time to learn. I went to music school, so I did music business, so I knew from the get-go, when it comes to monies, do not let people just do shit for you without asking. Your flights, your hotels, your clothing, you know what I mean, everything, and you're just living this life, you're getting money. It all has to go back at some point. It all has to go back. You understand? And I was fortunate enough, through the music business side from school, I went to Damlin Bramley, studied literally 1 year and left. Yeah, I got what I needed, the basics, and I went out into the big world and I kind of hustled by my own, by myself. Anyway, I paid him that money back immediately. He said, "Oh, there's no need for it." I said, "Brother, thank you for getting me out of that mess. Let's move. You know, here's your money. I want us to work freely and fairly." You know? 8 years I was working with DJ Dilla. We never really had a written contract in place. I wouldn't always advise that, but fortunately Dilla and I just became best friends, you know? And things worked out. Our splits were discussed, and we managed to do everything the way we said we'd do it. The issue came when a bigger label came. So independent labels sometimes, as I heard, I think Costa mentioned it earlier on, the independent label, which was Afro, then wanted to do some stuff with a bigger label. And the whole label was supposed to be moving to there. And I read the contract, and I said, "Man, this contract favors them. It favors them. You know, very vague in some of the clauses. You know, not very direct about it. You know, it will give you a 500,000 Rand advance, you will do 3 albums or pay back the money, or the money has to be made back in some kind of way." What way? Are you going to come to my house and grab all the TVs and I want those, you know what I mean? My cars, I want things like that to be disclosed. And like Nevo said, I think, if you bring something to the table, you can't be bullied around. You know what I mean? You'd rather than say, "I'll then just carry on the way I am." And that's what I did. I said, "Man, if certain things aren't willing to be changed here, then I'm good. I'm good with you." Then he said, "Yeah, but the whole label is going." I said, "Well, I guess I'm going solo." You know? I guess I'm going solo. I've had this amazing career for 11 years where I've done everything the way I want to do it. And suddenly, I don't know what the reasons were. Maybe he wanted to stop, maybe he was tired, maybe he wanted to rest, but he was kind of like thinking of signing label through to Universal. And I was that guy that said, "Nah, I can't, not after 11 years, you know, suddenly I want to release a certain project and Nasty C has to go before you." "Yeah, but you guys said September." "Yeah, but." And you're not gonna argue. Nasty C's been there, he's made them money. You understand? So if they need to release his ass now in September, your date, then unfortunately your ass is gonna have to move to January. So on and so forth. And those are the kind of things that I can't deal with as an artist. That I wouldn't say necessarily being independent, but being in an independent circle, I loved my freedom at Afrotainment. You know what I mean? And I couldn't think of being controlled. You also know the power of these people. You understand? You can be educated and everything, but if you sign and you miss a certain clause, oh, they're going to chew you up. You know what I mean? So fortunately, I haven't gotten in any of those issues. For the first time in 11 years, so from 2010 to 2014, I was under this independent label before Afro-Tainment took in. So from 2015 till beginning of this year, I think my last record was in Dogas with TNS and Blue L. I then said, I'm trying a different market, right? I never signed a contract. It was a gentleman's agreement, you know, and it's not always going to happen, unfortunately, guys, but I was fortunate enough to have that relationship with the guy. Said to him, I'm going in a different direction. You've got a growing label, I see the young people in, just for this project, or the next couple of projects. I just want to try something, right? Excuse me? I just want to try something, right? He said, great. Please know that my knowledge is gold. Whenever you need something, please come through. So, to the world I was signed to Afro. But really, it is just them distributing the music of an independent guy, you know? But we pushed that we were part of a label because it worked for me and it worked for his label. But really, the real agreement was him doing publishing. And it worked out, and we were fair to each other, and finally, at the beginning of this year, I decided to move forward in terms of exploring other things. You know what I mean? I'm not a one-dimensional artist, right? I really believe that, and look, my music is out there in the world, but I really believe there's an untapped market that I could go into, you know? Great. So I then stopped that, and we still speak every now and then about projects that are coming up soon. Then I met these guys, the T Effect. I'd known them for many years, all right? So while I'm trying to build this new market that I'm tapping into, Tiamo gives me a call early this year, asking if I could please listen to the song. He really thinks there's something about it. You know, listen to the song. Unfortunately, I was doing yeah. I was in an Afro tech session. That is crazy house, man. It's up there. Tiamo sent me something. I quickly downloaded it. Listened to it, and it was the complete opposite of what we were doing. I was like, fuck no, this is not it. You know. Then he persisted. He persisted every single week. Wow, what's going on? You know, can we do the session? Can we not? Yes, we can. And I was genuinely busy, but at some point I thought to myself, geez, this is quite a big guy in the industry. I wouldn't want him to think that I don't want to work with him. So eventually I gave him an ear. He came again, presented the song. This time he came with intent. He said, when we come, we are recording. So he didn't really give me an option of whether or not I liked the song, you know? But to his defense, I did half-heartedly say I liked it. He came to studio with the producer. Energy was great. We recorded the song, right? That song is the song that's currently out, titled Gabi Gabi. It is not what Naak music, or what a person would think Naak music does. I do house music, you know what I mean? And we tried this. It's a gospel, well, how would you describe that song? Pop?
It's like Afro pop.
But it's amazing. It's a great song, right? Naturally, after 12 years, and that's the problem with South African fans too, they just want you to be one-dimensional. The minute you drift away from house, it's like, when's that Manjalo? You know what I mean? I didn't do a be with Boosie, and the country was up in arms saying, oh, well, that's his career. You know, song topped the charts, #1 song in the country, you know, on Rams, downloads everywhere, you know. Now I perform the song at gigs in the middle of a house set, you know, and I had the same fear with the song because it was even a lower tempo than what Ntombi was, you know. But Nivo and Tiamo had faith, you know, so we constructed a deal. Naak Music PTO Unlimited, X the T Effect, and we put everything down on the table again, like Nivo was explaining, the whole rollout, the plan, what's going to happen. Trust us, you know what I mean? And I said, let's do it, you know. And we did it. The song is doing well. Radio monitor charts today, I think it was on 11th, so it's been successfully in the top 20 for a couple of weeks now, which is great for a song that I thought internally, never to them, wouldn't work, you know. But they trust their work. They know their work, you know. And on days where I say, yeah, guys, maybe we should forget about that, let that song slide and let's move on. They're like, bah, we cannot. Trust me. We've been talking, we've been listening, we've been hearing word on the street that the song is big, sit on it. And we're sitting on it, and we're persisting, and the song is doing great, you know? So, yeah, in a nutshell, do go independent. There was a Instagram reel I saw of T-Pain a couple of weeks ago, months ago, complaining about how much of the billions of dollars that are made go towards labels, and what a small percentage of that goes to independent artists, or artists as a whole. So yeah, be your own label. Even if you don't refer to yourself as one, just represent yourself. Do your own shit. Ask these guys, they're great. You know? And yeah, just try and stay independent. Man, it's so cruel out there. People will start charging you for hotel bookings and flight tickets they booked you to America 5 years ago when you thought it was part of the labels, or part of what a label's supposed to do. You know? If you are going to join a label and you're really that desperate to go out there, do your research. If you don't, like she said, you're going to owe them for the rest of your life. I don't owe no one a cent. You know, and that's just because of the extra bit of research that I did. Fortunately, I went to music school. But I ask, very opinionated guy. If I'm not sure of something, even if I don't understand it, I said, I'd rather not sign up because I don't understand that clause. And if they all go, oh, then they'll all do that. I agree with them. But I'm not going to sign. You know, until I know what's going on. And that's what's worked for me for the last 12 years. And yeah, I'm taking another route now. I'll tell you guys all about it another time, but you should be seeing it happening. Yeah, independence the way to go. Good luck to everyone.